Thursday night lights are shining on Bob Finley Field at Spain Park High School, where tonight two neighboring schools do battle in an all-important Class 7A Region 3 matchup. It is Oak Mountain versus Spain Park on the AHSAA Game of the Week, presented by Alabama Professional Services. And good evening from Jaguar Stadium. Mickey Shadricks along with Gerhard Mathangani. And Gerhard, one thing we know about Region 3, it's Thompson, it's Hoover, but it's who else? And these two teams tonight hope to be in the playoff mix, but they both need this win, especially Spain Park.
I think every team knows that those two teams sit atop the region standings. However, everything else, as you mentioned, is wide open. These two teams were off last week. Meanwhile, Oak Mountain comes into this one with already two region wins. They need a big one on the road. Meanwhile, Spain Park will try to protect home field.
Let's take a look at key players for tonight's 7A Region 3 matchup. We begin with the visiting quarterback, Evan Smith.
He is a dual sport quarterback, playing basketball and football. He's also a dual threat quarterback with the run and the pass. Over 2,300 yards last year, a second-team All-State. The Northwestern commit will be a phenomenal player for this team, not only this season, but in this game.
Meanwhile, for the home team, Evan Smallwood, the quarterback for Spain Park.
44 of 73, 2 touchdowns on the year. The numbers won't blow you away, but he's been able to maintain some poise and have this offense under his control. The junior, 5'10", 175 pounds, can scramble a lot like Evan Smith. Look for him to be dynamic in the Jaguars' offense attack tonight.
We'll continue setting the table for tonight's matchup, Spain Park and Oak Mountain, as we continue from Bob Finley Field.
The perfect checking account doesn't exist. Not at a bank, that is. So why do you keep looking there? At AmFirst, you can get no minimum balance or monthly fees, an instant issue debit card, and free checks with unlimited check writing. But who doesn't want more? Like a rewards program you'll actually use, and convenient digital tools that make it easy to manage your account from anywhere. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
I'm Roger, your in-house expert with Alabama Professional, and your questions keep pouring in to Ask Roger. Judy and Arndale asked, what services can APS provide? Alabama Professional offers basement waterproofing, foundation repair, humidity and mold control, and encapsulation of nasty crawl spaces. Since 1977, homeowners have entrusted APS to solve basement, foundation, and crawl space problems. Call for a free, no-obligation estimate today and keep those emails and questions coming.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late-inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
And we are inching closer to kickoff at Jaguar Stadium. Oak Mountain, Spain Park, a game that both teams really need. Both teams are coming in, as you mentioned a moment ago. They were open last week, so they'll each get each other's best shot tonight.
That's 100%. I think the bye came at a good time for both of these squads. They both came off really tough losses in week 4 of the high school football season. The Eagles lost to Hoover, but it was a really tough, close game against the number 2 team in the state, 28-21. Meanwhile, Spain Park lost to Gadsden City, 29-27. Can they now use last week to get themselves better and then get back off the turf? I think that's the answer for both these teams, the Jaguars and the Eagles, tonight.
And the kickoff is coming up here on the AHSAA Game of the Week. Oak Mountain and Spain Park coming up next.
Every bank has their own app, but it's just that, theirs. not yours. At AmFirst, our app was made for you. So it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. It's even customizable, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards you'll love. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you at AmFirst.
I'm Roger, your in-house expert with Alabama Professional, and your questions keep pouring in to Ask Roger. Stan in Mountain Brook asked, our basement is damp, musty, and humid. Can APS help? Stan, almost half of the air you breathe comes from your basement. A wet or damp basement worsens allergies and damages valuables. We'll transform your basement into a dry, usable space and improve the air quality of your home. Call for a free, no obligation estimate today and keep those emails and questions coming.
And another gorgeous weather night for our Thursday Night Lights matchup tonight. Oak Mountain 4-1 on the season, Spain Park 1-4. And there you see Oak Mountain's head coach, Tyler Crane, in his first season as a head coach of the Eagles. And then across the way, veteran Sean Rainey in his 9th season as head coach of the Spain Park Jaguars.
Really good story with Coach Crane of Oak Mountain. He actually served with former head coach Chris Bell from 2016 to 2018. Now has his first chance at a head coaching position. This is an Oak Mountain team that got a lot of positivity after last year, winning a playoff game for the first time since 2014. When the coach leaves, you hope the momentum doesn't leave with him, but with Coach Crane, that has not been the case. They've continued to step on the gas. Although they're coming off their first loss of the season, you know, they want to bounce back really nicely here.
Again, the weather is perfect again this week for our Thursday night matchup as we approach kickoff. It is 73 degrees in the Hoover area. No rain in the forecast this evening, and we are underway, and we begin with an onside kick by Spain Park. And Oak Mountain is able to get on it. There you see number 6, Ja'Kai Mullen. And how about this call right off the bat by Coach Rainey?
Well, leave it to one of your top defenders to come up with the big play on special teams, but we talked about the sense of urgency Spain Park had going into this one. Still searching for their first region victory, and there you can see the aggressive play calling right out of the gate. But a heads-up play there by Murphy, and now the Eagles have the ball in great field position.
So first down and great field position to begin the game for Oak Mountain. And here is Cade George on the handoff.
George had a really nice game in their contest against Hoover. 4 catches, 87 yards. You see them there as well. And this is an Oak Mountain team that last year did a really good job of running the football, controlling the clock, and now they're turned to their senior and Evan Smith to do the same.
And here is the handoff. Trey Vassell, the junior running back, 5'10", 190 pounds, picks up about 4 yards over the left side, and it leaves the Eagles about a yard shy of a first down.
Well, there you see the first 2 calls. Obviously looking to run the football, maintain possession. That's exactly what this Eagle football team has done for the last couple of years and doing so again right now and setting up a really big third down for both squads.
Possibly 4-down territory for the Eagles. 3rd and a yard at the 43. They hope they don't have to get it on 4th down. 3-man front. Here's the handoff right up the middle, and they are going to get it. C.J. Branson, the senior running back, 5'10", 195 pounds. The 3rd Eagle to carry the football already on this drive, and it is an AmFirst first down.
There you see the versatility of this Oak Mountain football team. Look a lot like Ole Miss with the logo and the design on their uniforms and on their helmets. Really nice play up the gut, and as you mentioned, 3 downs and 3 different Oak Mountain Eagles.
First down at the 41 of Spain Park. Jaguars attempting an onside kick to start the game. And the Eagles threatening here to begin the football game. And here's A nice run by Evan Smith, his first time carrying the football. And you see the good footwork and the quickness that this young man brings to the table.
He is definitely one of the smarter quarterbacks in the state. And obviously, going to Northwestern, that shouldn't be much of a surprise. But there you saw a very patient run by Evan Smith. Last year, they had a lot under center, went more of a wing tee. But there you see, able to pick up the new offense here 5 games into the season. And it looks like so far they're doing a really good job.
And here is Branson. No, it's Evans keeping it. Evan Smith keeping it up the middle. Another nice gain and another Amherst first down.
A little bit of misdirection here. C.J. Branson, who just had a really nice run on 3rd down. That time Smith wisely keeps it, and a big hole is created for that first down.
Nice block by junior lineman Sawyer Hutto as well to pave the way for Mr. Evan Smith. First down now at the 22. They keep it on the ground, and why not? This is Cade George. Slams it down near the 15-yard line, and the Oak Mountain offensive line controlling that line of scrimmage right now.
I think that's the biggest key of this one, Mickey, so far, being able to run the football as effectively as they have so far. And they've done it different ways, both up the middle and on the outside. There we see Cade George, who got the first carry of the game, once again going for another big run.
Get 6 yards on first down, you're in pretty good shape. 2nd and 4. Just short of the 15. Smith takes off and shows good patience, but the play was just very well defended that time, and Landon Miller, or I should say Jackson Mitchell, the junior linebacker, maintaining containment that play.
I think the Jaguar defense really needed to step up, and they got a big play there. Watch as number 5 just maintains leverage, make sure he doesn't crash too far in, knowing that Evan Smith can beat you to the outside. That's a really nice play there by the linebacker.
Set up another 3rd down. 3rd and about 3. Smith fakes, throws it for the first time. It is complete to Ethan Hammett. Nice little play action pass, and it is good for another Amherst first down.
It's a great matchup here created by the offense and the good scheme. And you see on the first pass of the game being able to get right out of the outstretched arm there of Kelby Robertson of Spain Park.
Well executed play. So Mr. Smith has ran it for about 16 yards and thrown for about 6 yards on this drive already. It is 1st and goal now at the 10. Smith on the quarterback keep. Up the middle, spins his way, reaches out, and did he break the plane? Yes, they call a touchdown. Nice individual effort by Evan Smith.
And just a great drive overall. All running plays outside of one, and we see the versatility there of Evan Smith. You see why he ran for 1,700 yards last year. That time just doing a good job of finding the holes, the pockets in that defense, and going straight at it for the 10-yard touchdown run.
And he'll do the holding for place kicker John Michael Lee. And the extra point is good. So a good start for the visitors. They handle the onside kick, and they handle the Spain Park defense as they take it in. 10-yard touchdown by Evan Smith has given the Eagles a 7-0 lead.
Every bank has their own app, but it's just that, theirs, not yours. At Amherst, our app was made for you. So it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. It's even customizable, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards you'll love. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you at Amherst.
Hey, coming up next Thursday night, we head south. What a matchup this is. Faith Academy and Viger will have a preview of this game coming up at halftime, as we normally do, as we'll be joined by the coaches. 7 o'clock kickoff, Ladd-Peebles Stadium in Mobile next Thursday night. Tonight, we are at Jaguar Stadium, a good start for the visiting team from Oak Mountain. These two teams, these two communities, these two schools so close to each other, Gerhard, and it's just a great atmosphere when these two teams get together.
Yeah, it really is. Less than 5 miles away from each other. They know each other obviously very well, just in the community, whether it's playing Park League ball against one another, going to the same churches. This is really two close communities, really two equal level programs overall. However, Spain Park falling on a bit of hard times this year. Had a really athletic, talented team a couple of years ago. And, of course, they made the state championship game twice in their history. But Oak Mountain looking to really solidify themselves as a football school as well as basketball, of course, after winning the state championship earlier this year.
Oak Mountain won the game last year, but Spain Park leads the overall series, 14 wins against 5 losses. This is the 20th meeting between these two neighboring schools. And on the first offensive play of the game, it is Spain Park quarterback Evan Smallwood scrambling out of the pocket, picking up some positive yardage.
Well, the fact that their names are Evans aren't the only similarities between these two quarterbacks. Smallwood here, just like Evan Smith, can run it a little bit. Called upon in the summer to lead this football program on the offensive side, and he's really done a good job. And like Evan Smith, he is a dual threat quarterback.
How important is this series right off the bat here, Gerhard, for Spain Park?
Extremely important, especially after the onside kick did not go your way, and then Oak Mountain marches right down the field. You cannot give this football team the ball right back. So an important drive here. Pick up first downs. You don't have to have it all in one play. Pick up first downs and be able to keep the drive alive and get some points at the end of it.
Zamar Ferris on the carry. He is taken down by Oak Mountain's Garrett Murphy. So here's a big 3rd and 3 already for the Jaguar offense. Smallwood fakes, gets rid of it, pass is caught at the 38-yard line. Nice throw and catch, and there you see number 2, George Gilbert, the junior receiver, catching this bullet from Smallwood.
Very, very well-designed play and well executed there by the Jaguar offense. Gilbert came into this game the 3rd leader in receptions on the team overall, 10 catches on the season, meanwhile just 49 yards. But that one was a big one. When you need one on 3rd down to pick up a first down, good possession from receiver.
That is a big Amherst first down early in this game for Spain Park. Smallwood hands off, keeps it. And a good defensive play on the perimeter that time by Oak Mountain's Zach Smith, forcing the play back inside.
Initially a solid pull there by Smallwood, but good job staying at home defensively for the Eagles.
Minimal gain, actually no gain, 2nd and 10 now. Smallwood under center. Backs out, looks to the sideline. Already under 5 minutes to play in this first quarter. That was a time-consuming first drive of the game there for Oak Mountain. Smallwood throws it out to Pearson Cole, and he is knocked out of bounds after a short gain. Cole, a senior wide receiver, 6'2", 175. So that's the first completion of the game for Smallwood. It'll set up another 3rd down for Spain Park.
Cole, the leading receiver on this football team, averages 15.4 yards per catch, 185 overall. There you saw a nice block on the outside too by Gilbert, helping him to spring free. So Gilbert and Cole, as well as Caldwell Bussey, the 3 guys to look out for in the passing game for the Jaguars.
3rd and 7. Let's see if the Eagles bring a little pressure. A double handoff. This is Caldwell Bussey. Big gain inside the Oak Mountain 40. Well executed play that time by Spain Park, and it results in another Amherst first down.
Catching the defense a little bit off guard. Another well-designed 3rd down play by the Jaguars. A good job of executing as well as Bussey comes around on the other side, and just, as you see, Oak Mountain crashing a little too hard there, out of position, and the Jaguars once again move the chains on third down.
Nice block outside, too, by Hudson Cahalon. He didn't hold. Nice job of blocking out in the open field. Quick pass out to Cole again. A double pass here. They got Bussey wide open. Was he able to pull it in? It's picked off. The pass just hung up there a bit too long, and that enabled Omar Crooks of Oak Mountain to wrestle the football away from the intended receiver, Bussey.
Just what an incredible play here by the defense, and you see a couple of trick plays already in this game.
And as a receiver downfield, on the offense, I feel he's going to be fine. The player.
Penalty on the offense is declined, obviously. So a big turnover as Spain Park was moving the football.
They were moving the football, and they went back to another trick play after the onside kick. This is the first trick play on offense, and Cole, as we said, the leading receiver on this football team, he got the ball there, but as you mentioned, just hung in the air a little bit too long. And Grunfounder doing a good job of just wrestling this one away. 5'10", 175 pounds. He had to get up there to make that play happen, but he certainly does and stops a very good drive by the Jaguars.
So here is Evan Smith and company back on the field. A huge first down pickup out to the 30. Tackled that time by Spain Park's Ethan Gutowski, but it is an first down.
Yeah, you see the running ability once again of the very talented senior quarterback, Evan Smith. It just seems like he just grazes right through the first two levels of defense. And then that time, the defensive back making the tackle on the back end, but not after a first down.
Smith with a handoff to Branson. Branson able to turn the corner. He was held up by Jackson Mitchell, but not before he picks up about a 5 or 6 yard gain on first down.
This is what you expect to see out of Oak Mountain, these long drives. That last drive went 10 plays over 5 minutes, and here we have another one that if all goes as the last drive, it'll go all the way through the end of the first quarter.
Handoff up the middle. And this is Trey Vassell on his second carry of the game. Good size there. This young man's listed about 5'10", 190. He is a strong young man, and he picks up another first down.
Once again, another player contributing on the offensive side for Oak Mountain. We've seen what feels like close to a dozen so far. About 5 or 6 players being able to really do a good job of make the defense guess what you're doing because you're running both inside and outside. You see the versatility so far in this first quarter.
Smith drops back to throw, steps up. Now he'll take off and run in the open field. Evan Smith is going to take it all the way for his second rushing touchdown of the first quarter.
This is why it's so dangerous, because if you don't have a spy, you can't account for him. If the play is well blocked and you have man-to-man coverage downfield, there's no chance of catching him. Once he gets a burst of speed, he's out of there. Watches the opposite line does a fantastic job blocking. The secondary does their job as well, covering on the back end. However, he's not going to be arm tackled. Evan Smith will not, and goes right down the field. And that's a great angle from our crew. You saw just how easily he was able to glide down there for his second touchdown of the day.
And Garrett Murphy knocks home his second extra point of the game. 14-0 late first quarter. Evan Smith averaging over 200 yards a game in total offense so far this season, putting up some big numbers here in the first quarter tonight.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Uncle Marcus, will you tell us the story about King Boys again?
Sure. Well, it all started back in 2008.
2008?
We didn't have all the fancy towing equipment we do now, but we did have a service and a desire to help our customers. You see, kids, you must train your mind and your body to be able to help the people you call customer. When they call on us, it's showtime. Understand me. King Boys' mission is to help when people are in need. So what's our motto, children?
King Boys forever!
Hey, Big Time Entertainment now open in Oxford, Alabama, the newest family entertainment center in the state of Alabama. Over 70,000 square feet of indoor and outdoor entertainment, indoor go-kart track, bowling, laser tag, large arcade, and elevated Ninja Warriors course. Something for the entire family at Big Time Entertainment, located at exit 185 in Oxford. What a start for Oak Mountain. Big time start for them. 14-0 over Spain Park. The Jaguars have already had an onside kick, a double handoff, a double pass, and they're down 14-0.
That's exactly right, and it seemingly one of the situations with this football team is they went into the bye week, and obviously that's a chance to throw in some new wrinkles and even work on new things that you might have put in the offseason. And you could tell that this football team had a direct plan. However, they're not playing poorly offensively. Their first drive was really successful outside of a ridiculous interception there by Grunhofer. And so can this offensive football team put another drive together, or do they let this 14-0 lead deflate them? I think the former rather than the latter, but we'll see here on this drive.
And another little trickeration that goes nowhere thanks to the penetration right up the middle by defensive lineman Gavin Nelson, who smelled out that play and wrapped up Zamir Ferris.
First time I ever saw that was in the NFL. Peyton Manning goes and acts like he can't understand the play call, have a direct snap, and credit Oak Mountain here because that's now three trick plays, non-traditional plays, and so far they have not been fooled on any of them.
So 2nd down and 10. Smallwood fakes, throws over the middle, had a receiver, dropped it. They're going to rule it a catch. If so, it's going to be a fumble recovery by Carter Lehman. But I think they're going to rule it incomplete, and that's unfortunate because that was a good pass by Smallwood. Spencer should have held on to this one.
Yeah, it was a really good catch, and as you mentioned, Spencer had it in his hands, and we'll see if the Oak Mountain defender, that's a really good defensive play as well by Garrett Murphy as he came up to make the tackle. I think it's one of the situations he just lucked out where his arm was close to where the ball was, but that's one that Spencer definitely wants back.
3rd down and 10. Here's a handoff, a pass back to Smallwood, and Smallwood will run and cannot stay in bounds. Pick up a short gain of about 3, and that'll make it 4th down.
Good job there by Devin Moss not being fooled on the outside. Did just enough to make Smallwood lose his balance and then step out of bounds. So another situation where it's a non-traditional / trick play by Spain Park, and the Oak Mountain defense not fooled.
So here is Braxton Sumter, the punter, averaging just under 37 yards per punt. No rush, gets the kick out of there. Caught at the 40 by Grunhofer, and he is taken down immediately. Nice coverage by Jackson Mitchell as we have 48 seconds to play here in the first quarter. King Boys Towing prides itself on being the towing service for the people. King Boys Towing, the people's towing service. Did you know they provide school-age kids with shoes at the beginning of each school year? This year they gave away over 300 brand new pairs of shoes. And here is the star of the show so far, Evan Smith. He's accounted for both touchdowns in the game. And he and the offense back on the field with great field position at the 40. Looking to throw on first down, and he's going to be wrapped up and sacked back at the 38-yard line. Nice defensive play that time by the Jaguars' Jackson Bullard.
They really needed that one. This is the first time Oak Mountain went with the empty formation, so obviously the run is a threat if Smith can't find anything downfield, so it really puts the onus on that defensive line to not only shed blocks but then come away with big tackles. And that time, big number 92, a good shot of him right there, does exactly that.
So second down and 12. Smith on the keep. Nothing over to the right side. Cuts back left. Look at the footwork. Gets out across the 45 for a gain of 8. Going to make it third down and about 4 when we come back. That takes us to the end of the first quarter. Good start for Oak Mountain behind the play of Evan Smith. They lead it 14-0.
The perfect checking account doesn't exist. Not at a bank, that is. So why do you keep looking there? At AmFirst, you can get no minimum balance or monthly fees, an instant issue debit card, and free checks with unlimited check writing. But who doesn't want more? Like a rewards program you'll actually use, and convenient digital tools that make it easy to manage your account from anywhere. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
And our AHSAA Game of the Week is presented each week by Alabama Professional Services, the experts in home improvement. There you see all the different categories of home improvement, the services that they provide. You can learn more by logging on to calltheshield.com. Alabama Professional Services, your experts in home improvement. And I don't know how Oak Mountain could improve on their first quarter here tonight as they lead it 14-0. It started off on the good play by the kickoff receiving team, safely fielding the onside kick attempt. And now they've got a 3rd and 4. They're not going to get it, though. Great penetration that time by Brian Alston. There's a flag on the play, and if this is against Spain Park, this will be huge because they did have the stop.
I think Alston is trying to plead his case, saying that it came off. He didn't take it off. But as you mentioned, if this is on Spain Park, this will be an automatic first down and a killer, and they waved it off. So Alston was able to plead this case correctly, and we'll see here. Yeah, that's a good call there as Alston came from his linebacker spot, and his buddy, his teammate, was the guy that took it off. He relished in it in just a little bit, and then you read his mouth right there. He said he pulled it off. So no harm, no foul. I think the officials got it right.
And the punt is out of there. And a fair catch called for at the 15-yard line made by Jay Davis of Spain Park. And coming up tomorrow night, your Friday night rivals matchup will be Northridge versus Hillcrest Tuscaloosa. You can see it live on My 68. 7 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night. It also will re-air on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on WOTM. So here are the Jaguars and quarterback Evan Smallwood. And here is the pitch to Ferris, and he is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. It is Garrett Murphy with the tackle for loss.
Murphy has been everywhere on this field defensively for Oak Mountain. This is a well-designed play. There you see the backfield loaded up. Ferris, the leading rusher on this football team, came in averaging about 6 yards per carry, over 300 yards for the season. But that time Murphy read it perfectly and made the good tackle.
And beat the block to make the play. 2nd and 12. Tough sledding here in this first half for the Spain Park offense. Here's Ferris again. Nice hole over the left side. Flag comes in. Might have a face mask. And if so, that will give the Spain Park offense a little shot in the arm.
Holding. On out. Penalty, 10 yards.
Well, that's exactly the opposite of a shot in the arm for the offense.
Can't go backwards, especially against this Oak Mountain football team. And when you've had a couple of good plays overall throughout the course of the game, and these penalties really hurt. That time Ferris was able to find a little room. Now you know why.
So we go from a shot in the arm to a kick in the knees. 2nd down and long. Smallwood trying to throw it out here for Ferris, and Ferris could not bring it in. So it will be 3rd and long.
Do they have another trick play up their sleeve? I think this will be a time to use one of those. We've already seen a few in this first half. Let's go look at the veteran coach, Sean Rainey, as Spain Park tries to find something here offensively. Once again, they have not played poorly. Their first drive was on the move, really successful outside of the interception.
3rd and long. Smallwood rolling out. Throw it downfield. He's got his man at the 21. That is Pearson Cole. Another catch here in the first half, but it's going to be well short of the first down because of the holding penalty. So that'll force a punting situation for the Jaguars. However, there is another flag, so we'll check that penalty.
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. That penalty is half the distance to the goal. We'll replay 3rd down.
So an eligible player downfield against the offense.
Interesting decision to take the penalty and not decline it to bring up 4th down. It would have been 4th and 5, and Spain Park, I would think at this juncture, would probably have gone for it. So decided to make it a little bit more tough on this offense to go further back after the penalty was marched off half the distance.
Yeah, they declined it. I don't know how you'd take that penalty in that situation, so it is declined.
That's right. There you see Coach Crane. There you see Coach Crane pleading his case there. So yeah, right afterwards, the official set half the distance, and they finally got it sorted out.
After they decline the penalty, the ball will be spotted down at the 20-yard line.
So here is Braxton Sumter on to punt again. Still got some kind of issue on maybe on the chains.
There, you see Coach Crane has been talking to the official the entire time, trying to get some clarity here. It might have been that down box getting it in the right position here on 4th.
So here's the kick from Sumter. Fair catch called for at the 40 by Grunhofer. So once again, it'll be good field position for this Oak Mountain offense as they retake the field with 9:33 to play here in the first half with a 14-0 lead. Well, here's a look ahead. We talked about next week's matchup, Faith Academy and Viger. Then coming up on October 14th, it'll be Mountain Brook traveling to take on Homewood. Then on the 21st, Maplesville and Autauguaville in a good 1A matchup, and then we wrap up the regular season on Thursday Night Lights as Oxford will travel to take on Central Phoenix City. First down, Smith and company back on the field. The give over the left side. Not much running room at all that time. Play defended well by Spain Park as they hold the running back Trey Vassell to a short gain.
Well, after the touchdown there by Evan Smith on the second drive of the game, the Spain Park defense has really stepped up. It's now the third play in a row that they've been able to contain this Oak Mountain run going back to their last drive. And once again, there another solid play there by the defense.
Smith gets the pass away. It is caught by George, and George, good run after the catch. He's going to get it to the 49 of Oak Mountain, which will be good enough for another AmFirst first down.
We saw George coming out of the backfield in the first play of the game, and also one of the top receivers on this football team as well. As we said earlier, 4 catches in the game against Hoover. That time, Spain Park just brought 3 down linemen, meanwhile still able to be successful with the passing game.
First down at the Spain Park 49. Here's the handoff to Branson, unable to get around the corner. Excellent play defensively by Kelby Roberson.
Fantastic job there by Roberson. Watch him on the outside, just continue to maintain his leverage. Play this one inside out, and was able to get underneath the pads there and pick up the tackle. Good to see the Spain Park defense continuing to fight. They're just a sophomore coming through with a big play.
Fighting off the stiff arm that time from Branson. Second down and 10. Smith drops back. Kind of floating out to the right. Now we'll float it up in the air, and it is picked off at the 20-yard line. Boy, that was a duck. And running underneath it for the pick was Alex Smith.
Fantastic job there by Alex Smith. That's one that Evan Smith certainly wants back. Both interceptions we've seen today have come on similar passes where the ball just floats in the air. You can't give good defenders that much time to do so, and that time just looking for one of his receivers, is out there looking for K. George to make a play on the football. Well underthrown, and a good recovery and an interception there by the Jaguars.
Third pick of the season for the Spain Park defense. Gives them the ball back first and 10 inside their own 20. Smallwood on the keep. Nice job of fighting for about 6 yards out to the 25.
Now, can they make this drive one that looks a lot like that first drive? Remember the last drive for Spain Park that got really hampered by that holding penalty. Even though they were on the move, the first drive was one that I think they want to replicate. They played well both in the run game and in the pass game. See if they could do that and finish off with some points here.
Second down and 3. Smallwood with a pitch to Ferris. Ferris with speed, able to turn the corner, and is going to have the AmFirst first down at the 29-yard line. Nice acceleration that time by Zamir Ferris.
Carter Lehman, number 22 for Oak Mountain, looked like he was going to have a chance to make the play in the backfield, but then you see the speed on the outside, and Ferris, the junior, you see his measurables coming through with a big play.
And here is the pitch to Spencer, and he gets very little. Once again, a good defensive play by Garrett Murphy.
Murphy, as we said, has been everywhere on this football field. He's listed as an athlete for this defense, and it's probably well put considering the fact that he could play that linebacker role and play the run really well, but then they also trust him in the passing game as well to be able to cover some speed receivers.
Second and 8. Nice run here by Smallwood. Good decision to keep it. Cut it up inside. Got out to the 42-yard line for another AmFirst first down.
Another well-blocked play here by Spain Park. As you said, good keep for the Jaguars. And cuts out of that first level, then out of the second level. You're seeing some of the speed here by the other quarterback named Evan. That time Smallwood with a nice carry.
Who averages 4.3 a carry. Good job running the football tonight. He's got it again out on the perimeter. Makes the pitch at the last moment to Clay Spencer. And another positive gain as Spain Park starting to find something here, Gerhard, with this running game.
They certainly are, but and this time is on the option play, and I thought he might have pitched it too late, but just a good job there. Being able to cut it up the field to get some more yards for Spencer. And this offense, once again, as you mentioned, starting to put very good plays together and move the chains.
2nd down and 2. Handoff up the middle. Forward progress is going to put it real close to the first down. That time they gave it to the fullback, Sam Lee, the sophomore fullback, his first carry of the game, and it will be enough yardage for an Amherst first down.
Good job there, knowing the situation, exactly what they needed. That time going with the big guy up front. I'll tell you what, you better put that chin strap in on the right spot. There he goes.
First down at the Oak Mountain 49. Smallwood looks to put it in the air, and it is picked off. Second interception of the game by Grunhofer. So you're running it right at him with the running game, and then you throw it on first down and another interception that brings this very important drive to an end for Spain Park.
Just momentum for Spain Park, and then a turnover ends it. As you mentioned, it's the second time for Grunhofer with the interception here, but even still, even if he doesn't pick this off, he's throwing into double coverage. And just a good play from his safety spot and being able to come away with the pick. So the Oak Mountain defense now bailed out twice after giving up a sizable amount of yards on the running game. That time ending it with the turnover.
So here is Evan Smith, takes the snap and takes off. And Smith with a nice pickup on first down of about 7, maybe 8 yards, steps out of bounds at the 27. 4:21 now to play in the first half. That's a big turn of events because Spain Park was potentially moving down to score, make this a one-touchdown game near halftime. Instead, now Oak Mountain's got a chance to possibly make this a 3-score game at halftime.
Exactly. And their first drive went about 5 minutes. They got the ball a little over 4 minutes. Meanwhile, the last touchdown was on a big play. So you made mention of it. This could be a huge possible 14-point swing here if Oak Mountain's able to put a touchdown on the board. If not, even still, just the momentum dying once again has to be demoralizing for the Jaguars.
There's C.J. Branson with a short pickup, but enough for an Amherst first down. Oak Mountain with all 3 of their timeouts as we go under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. First down at their own 30. Smith takes a snap, and he's going to have about 5 yards before his forward progress is halted by a host of Jaguar defenders at the 35.
Such a talented, versatile player is Evan Smith, and does a good job of just finding little tight spaces within these running lanes, using his athletic ability to pick up more yards probably than what it looks like initially after the play. Spain Park playing the run relatively well, just being outdueled by a really athletic quarterback.
Second down and 5. Smith takes the snap, hands it off. This is Branson, spins his way for a first down out at the 40. Tackle made by Kelby Roberson, but it's another Amherst first down, and the Oak Mountain offense just continues to churn it out on the ground here against Spain Park.
And they're doing so on the backs of that really, really good offensive line for Oak Mountain. We've now seen multiple players take the ball out of the backfield. That's already C.J. Branson as well as Trey Vassell that we saw earlier, and of course Evan Smith, who we've seen before, and Kay George, who had the first carry of the football game. So a really versatile running unit.
They go for the home run ball, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Ethan Hammett, but it was great coverage back there by Alex Smith.
Same guy that got the interception earlier, that time going in one-on-one coverage and doing just enough to stay between the ball and the offensive player. Might have got away with a little bit of a hold, but I think referee saw both guys jockeying for position there, and I like the no call.
2.5 to play here in the first half. 2nd and 10. Smith on the quarterback keep. Cuts it up. This is when he's dangerous, when he gets in the open field, gets into that second level. You got to really hope somebody can get him to the ground, and that was the case as Jacob Olson, the sophomore, was able to tackle Smith before he broke that one for another touchdown.
Just a really nice athletic play there by Evan Smith, and we're seeing the Northwestern commit his athletic ability with the football in his hands. That was a run all the way, and you see the amount of confidence that Coach Crane and this offensive staff have in the senior quarterback.
Play clock getting down, and there you see Coach Crane has to call timeout to avoid the penalty. 1:44 to play in the first half. We'll take the break as well and return to Jaguar Stadium.
This is your invitation to shop Team One Nissan in Albertville. Everyone likes doing business with people you know and trust. Our entire staff at Team One Nissan is people that work and live right here in our community. People that are your neighbors. So when you're shopping for your next vehicle, shop where you get hometown service. And speaking of service, our staff is here to serve you. Check us out at teamonenissan.com.
Welcome to the award-winning Choccolocco Park in Oxford, Alabama. We believe Choccolocco Park is the place to be, and our fans agree, describing the park as breathtaking, professional, and fun for all. With plenty of parking, restrooms, concessions, and a top-notch staff, we are confident your experience will be second to none. Join us today at Choccolocco Park.
And we'd like to thank our friends at AmFirst for their support of Thursday Night Lights. Of course, we've been talking a lot about AmFirst first downs tonight, and for good reason, because AmFirst puts you first. AmFirst with locations all across the state of Alabama. And this Oak Mountain offense of Coach Tyler Crane have been churning out the AmFirst first downs in this game, and they lead it 14-0. They got 1:44 to work with. After that timeout, they're still left with 2. And of course, this young man can make it a moot point in one play if he gets loose, as we've already seen tonight. 1st and 10 at the Spain Park 42. Smith races out to his left and is tripped up and will lose yardage. That was an excellent effort that time by Spain Park's Jack Kendrick.
And if not, he's probably still running, and it's a good job, as you mentioned, by Kendrick, but then also just the defense overall that time, staying at home. Kendrick doing a really good job there, coming up with the shoestring tackle.
I was about to say, if there's a definition of a shoestring tackle, you just saw it.
That is exactly right, and we've seen that in spurts with this Spain Park defense. We've seen it from the linemen up front, Jackson Bowler and company doing a good job, and there you see Smith that time on the sidelines.
2nd and 13. This is Garrett Murphy in there at quarterback, and he's going to keep it and pick up about 4 yards. Quarterback Evan Smith's helmet came off, we understand, and had to go out for a play. Under a minute to go here, first half. I tell you, Spain Park, after these 2 interceptions, they'd just be happy to get a halftime down 14-0 the way this thing's going.
That's exactly right, and they've been able to find some success on offense. I think what the halftime message will have to be for Spain Park is they're not out of this ball game. This is one of the situations where they've shot themselves in the foot twice now on successful drives. Both those are scores. We're in a tie ball game right now.
3rd and 9, Smith leaves the pocket and will just run it out of bounds. And we'll pick up nothing on the play, so that'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to play in the half, and it'll be 4th down.
Another fine job by the Spain Park defense with the run. Ever since Smith's big 59-yard touchdown run, he hasn't had any of those explosive plays, and give a lot of credit to the Spain Park rushing defense there for making those adjustments. And so far, since that second touchdown, doing a really good job of avoiding the huge play.
4th and 10, Smith is still on the field. Let's see if they go for it with just 24 seconds to play here in the half. Even if they don't make it, Coach Crane feels good about his defense being able to do the job in the final second. Smith's going to drop back, heave it downfield. Pass is caught inside the 30. Excellent play and execution on 4th and 10, and they convert.
They do so with Cade George, who had the first carry of the football game, runs a perfect pattern for his quarterback, does exactly what he needs to do, be able to get 2 feet in and get out of bounds.
Again, 2 timeouts remaining for Oak Mountain. 20 seconds. First down just inside the 30. Smith dropping back to throw again. Goes over the middle. Pass is caught inside the 10 by Ethan Hammett, and he is tackled inside the 5, but it's going to be 1st and goal. And a timeout called here by Oak Mountain. 10 seconds remaining. We'll be right back to Jaguar Stadium.
I'm Roger, your in-house expert with Alabama Professional, and your questions keep pouring in to Ask Roger. Judy in Arndale asked, what services can APS provide? Alabama Professional offers basement waterproofing, foundation repair, humidity and mold control, and encapsulation of nasty crawl spaces. Since 1977, homeowners have entrusted APS to solve basement, foundation, and crawl space problems. Call for a free, no-obligation estimate today and keep those emails and questions coming.
And a reminder, WOTM is your exclusive TV home for all HSAA championship events. And, of course, the Super 7 is approaching. And you can see it all right here on WOTM.
Of course, Oak Mountain knows what it's like to be in the basketball state championship. They were in the finals last year, ended up winning that state championship in Class 7A, their first in basketball. And Evan Smith, the quarterback, was a really big part of that championship run for the Eagles. Looking to do the same thing on the gridiron this year. And on that last play, you might have seen his best throw of the football game. Quickly calling timeout as well as they got inside the 5-yard line and 1st and goal. And obviously Smith, another dangerous weapon down here as well.
1st and goal with 10 seconds, 1 timeout remaining. Smith rolling out to his right, passes away, and it's caught for the touchdown. C.J. Branson. Nice job by Smith. He's obviously such a run threat. The defenders had to pull up and defend the run, and Smith found his receiver wide open.
So it makes him so dangerous. There, you can almost see the defenders having to think like, hey, do we need to drop back here or come down and make this tackle? And that time, Smith wisely pulls it back out and hits Branson for the touchdown, and that drive executed perfectly for Oak Mountain.
And Murphy's extra point is good, 21-0. So Evan Smith has rushed for 2 scores, and now he has thrown for a score. And 21-0. Gerhard referenced the Oak Mountain basketball season last year. There you see Evan Smith getting it done on the court. He is an outstanding player, featured in these highlights. And of course, they captured the 7A state championship last year in thrilling fashion, knocking off Enterprise.
That's exactly right. He was such a dynamic player in this championship run. It was a really well-played basketball game between a really physical Enterprise basketball team and a really athletic team in Oak Mountain that could shoot the ball. They shot the ball well all year long. In the second half, they really turned it on and led by Smith. And this reminds me of another player who played over in the Virginia area. His name was Allen Iverson. At halftime, if you have your tablet, if you have your laptop out, go watch Allen Iverson highlights and see if Evan Smith doesn't remind you of that, both on the basketball court and on the football field as well, with his craftiness. There you see the final score and the first ever blue map in basketball going to Oak Mountain.
You know they would love to follow that basketball championship up with a football championship. Little squib kick on the ground that is corralled by Pearson Cole, so only 2 seconds remaining in the half.
I think at this point, if you're Spain Park, you don't even attempt to put this ball in the air after the last 2 throws. Just take a knee and send it to halftime. And the message, I think, has to be simple, is that they are playing well. Despite the score, they're playing well offensively. 1 interception thrown into double coverage, and another interception just made on a fantastic individual effort, both by Corbett Grundhofer, and to end those drives.
And Spain Park will go to a knee and send this thing to halftime. 2 turnovers, very costly. Not only did they bring potential scoring drives to an end, but it gave the ball back to Oak Mountain, gave them more opportunities, and they took advantage. 21-0 here at halftime. As Coach Rainey and his team will go back in the locker room and try to regroup. And we are joined now.
Yes, I hear you.
At halftime. All right, we've got Coach Rainey with us, or I should say Coach Crane with us now. Coach, your team looking good here the first half, 21-0, the lead into the locker room. What is going to be your topic of discussion when you get with your guys inside the locker room?
Biggest thing we got to do is keep finishing. We've got to make sure that we come out in the second half and play with the same intensity that we did the first half. Can't give them anything easy. Got to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to. We're going to come out and get the football, start the second half, and we're going to try to drive down the score again.
Coach, my question is about your star so far in this football game and probably so far in the season, Evan Smith. He's been able to run for 2 touchdowns and throws for another. How important has he been throughout the course of the season and here in tonight's game?
He's the best player in the state. He's very important. He's doing a great job tonight. Made a bad decision on the interception, but that's just an athlete trying to make a play. So, I can live with that when we make some other good plays.
And you got plenty of those in the first half, Coach. Congratulations on the first half, and good luck in the second half.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, that is Oak Mountain coach Tyler Crane joining us here on his way to the locker room. We've got much more coming up at halftime from Jaguar Stadium as we continue with Thursday Night Lights here on WOTM.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
At Team One Toyota, you'll always find the car you want at a price you'll love. And shopping with Team One Toyota is like no other experience. Right now, you can custom order your brand new Toyota. You can pick the color you want, the trim you want, the interior you want, all the equipment and technology you'll want. And this month, when you come into the dealership to custom order your Toyota with us, we'll take an additional $500 off. A lot is changing in the car business because we're the ones changing it. Choose Team One Toyota, where we're driven by great people and great prices.
Welcome to the award-winning Chocolaca Park in Oxford, Alabama. We believe Chocolaca Park is the place to be, and our fans agree, describing the park as breathtaking, professional, and fun for all. With plenty of parking, restrooms, concessions, and a top-notch staff, we are confident your experience will be second to none. Join us today at Chocolaca Park.
Hello, Birmingham. I'm Ashley Daniels with today's Ask Roger segment. Of course, joining me today is Roger.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Well, we've had a ton of rain this summer. I think we all know that. And that can really do a lot of damage to your foundation. What can people look for, or are there signs that you do have damage?
Well, what you can do is look around the outside of your home, especially when it's really rainy. Rain will wash the foundation mud away and all like that. So look for cracks in your foundation. Look for water coming into your basement and stuff like that. That means we have a foundation problem. This way you can come out, look at it. We can give you an easy fix for it because it's easier to fix it at the beginning than toward the end. Then it gets very expensive to get it fixed.
What can happen if you don't get it fixed?
You can have a house slide off of a mountain and stuff like that, and sometimes it can get up in the $60,000 and $70,000 to get it fixed. Mm-hmm. At the very beginning, it might be $2,000 or $3,000, but toward the end, it can get very expensive.
It just gets worse.
Correct.
Okay.
But on the other hand, a lot of people don't understand that when it starts drying up, we have issues also with foundations. They also need to look for cracks and all like that. They can go upstairs, look for cracks around doors and everything like that. This way they'll know if something's going on, because during dry seasons, the ground dries up, shrinks, and the foundation is going to follow the ground.
I do remember a few years ago when we had a drought.
Correct.
And it had been raining a lot before, and then we had this drought, and so that can really do damage on a house.
A lot of damage. And usually on a drought, you don't see the problem for about 2 years.
All right, if you have any questions, you can email Roger at askroger@alabamaprofessional.com.
Ask Roger is brought to you by Alabama Professional Services.
Every bank has their own app, but it's just that, theirs, not yours. At AmFirst, our app was made for you. So it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. It's even customizable, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards you'll love. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you at AmFirst.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Tired of being treated as a zero at car dealers? Well, at the Serra Automotive Group in Sylacauga, you're the hero with 0 down and low monthly payments. Tony Serra Ford says try 0 down on F-150s with payments starting at $419 per month. Serra Honda says 0 down on Civic LXs starting at $339 per month. Serra Nissan says 0 down on new Nissan Kicks and payments starting at $299 per month. At Serra Automotive, you're never a zero with 0 down and low monthly payments. Serra Automotive, located on Highway 280 in Sylacauga.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
And we are back at halftime at Jaguar Stadium of the AHSAA Game of the Week between Oak Mountain and Spain Park. Coming up in our first segment here at halftime, a really inspiring story about sportsmanship involving the two schools, Jemison and Thorsby. Our own John Holder caught up with both principals, Kendall Jackson of Jemison High School and Corey Clements of Thorsby High School.
Back on the AHSAA Weekly presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. We have a very unique interview because we had a very unique situation that happened a couple of weeks ago in Chilton County. That was a football game that went on. That's not unusual. The lights went out. That's not unusual. That happens several times here at high school games across the state. But what happened after that involved a game on the same night being played in 2 locations, 3 different schools being involved. So we're going to hash all of this out. We have the principals at Jemison High School and also at Thorsby High School joining us. We have Kendall Jackson, principal at Jemison High School, and also Corey Clements, the principal from Thorsby High School, coming to us from Thorsby together. Folks, glad to have you with us here on the AHSAA Weekly.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Well, let's dive in. I'll just let whichever one wants to go first and kind of set up and tell us about the situation and what happened a couple of weeks ago.
Well, I guess I lost power. We were playing, Jemison was playing Sipsey Valley at home. It was a region matchup. And right a little bit before the second half or halftime, I can't remember exactly where we were because my mind went a million different directions, but we lost power on the home side of our stadium. All of our lights went out. And at that point, we're scrambling, trying to figure out what we need to do to get things going. And unfortunately, Thorsby had their opponent cancel on them that night. And one of my parents reminded me, hey, Thorsby down the road, about 7 minutes from our campus, they may have their field ready. Why don't you call Mr. Clements and see if we could play there? Because we did not really know when the power company was going to make it to get our power restored. So I called out an SOS to Mr. Clements, and after lots of phone calls and conversations, we ended up playing a Jemison matchup with Sipsey Valley on Thorsby's football field. So they saved the day for us.
Well, Mr. Clements, let me ask you a question about this. Kind of your perspective on what happened. Normally, a principal, you don't get many Friday nights off. You had an open Friday night, but then all of a sudden, you're working maybe as hard as ever to get the stadium ready. What are some of the things you had to do to accommodate? You've got a lot of things on very short notice that you have to do to get this stadium ready to host a crowd. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, to start with, I don't like being off on Friday night. I coached for 19 years before I was a principal, and I'm not used to being at home. And actually, we already had our field lined off and painted. It was about 2 o'clock Friday before we found out we weren't playing. So I was upset because we weren't getting to play. And actually, instead of getting mad, I said, well, I'm going to go spend some time with my mom. And I'd gone to my mom's house when Miss Jackson called me, and I was like, absolutely. Our field was ready to go. And basically, all I did, I drove to the field. I only live about 1.5 miles from the field. I drove to the field, unlocked all the gates, got the lights turned on, made sure all the bathrooms were ready for a game. And I called a friend of mine who was at the game, and I asked them what the score was. So I had the clock set and ready, how had time on the clock. And really, by the time I got everything set up, there was a convoy of cars coming from Jemison. And basically, they came on the field, warmed up, and had about 14 seconds, I think, to go in the second quarter, finished the quarter, and then rocked on and finished up the game.
Mr. Jackson, you mentioned that the two schools 7 minutes apart. You're 4 miles apart, so obviously, yeah, you're close. Everybody knows each other. There's also a rivalry aspect to it, but just the relationship. There has to be obviously a close relationship between not only the administration, but everybody involved, the coaches, the townspeople, the schools, the students, to pull off something like this, I would think.
Absolutely. Hats off to Sipsey Valley as well. They're not from here, but they were willing to make that quick move. No complaints. Hey, we all just got in our cars and came down. A lot of people have tried to put the spin of rivalry when it comes to Jemison and Thorsby. But like you said, we're 4 miles apart. Yes, we do go against each other, and we want our team to win when we're playing each other, whether it be on the football field, the basketball court, baseball field, wherever we go. But because we are so close, our kids work with each other. They go to church with each other. Families are split between the two schools. So we don't necessarily see it as a rivalry. We have been working together on various projects for several years. And so it was just natural that, when it was brought to my attention, hey, Thorsby's field may be ready to go, no hesitation. And to be honest, I knew that if Mr. Clements can make it work, he would make it happen, and vice versa. If Thorsby lost their lights and they needed our field, that's just what we do, because we have the approach of what is best for our kids and what's best for our communities.
Well, thanks to both of you. The AHSAA puts a real emphasis on sportsmanship, and what an example of sportsmanship this is to not only your communities, but to the entire state of Alabama. Thank you for sharing the story, and thank you for what you did a couple of weeks ago, and thank you also for sharing that story with us here on the AHSAA Weekly.
Thank you for having us. And I would love to thank Thorsby and Mr. Clements and Sipsey Valley and everybody coming together, because it was a community and a joint effort. So thank you so much for having us, and thank you to everyone for making that possible.
Kendall Jackson, principal at Jemison High School. Corey Clements, principal at Thorsby High School, our guest this week on the AHSAA Weekly.
Hi, I'm Courtney. Welcome to Team One Hyundai. If you want the absolute most and best out of your dollars, you have to choose Hyundai. Over the years, Hyundai has grown leaps and bounds from general transportation to the luxury, family, sporty brand that you want and need. If you didn't already know, Hyundai comes with America's best warranty, Hyundai Assurance, 3 full years of complimentary maintenance, and 24-hour roadside assistance.
The perfect checking account doesn't exist. Not at a bank, that is. So why do you keep looking there? At AmFirst, you can get no minimum balance or monthly fees, an instant issue debit card, and free checks with unlimited check writing. But who doesn't want more? Like a rewards program you'll actually use, and convenient digital tools that make it easy to manage your account from anywhere. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
Have you seen foam lift concrete? Watch it raise the sidewalk. The Poly-Level system raises building floors, levels driveways, raises steps. Amazing, isn't it? APS Foundation.
And continuing now from Jaguar Stadium, we are at halftime of our AHSAA Game of the Week between Oak Mountain and Spain Park. Well, coming up next Thursday night, we will travel down south for a great matchup between Faith and Viger. John Holder caught up with both coaches, Jack French and John McKenzie.
We are back and previewing the AHSAA statewide game of the week coming up on WOTM on Thursday night, October 7th. Our cameras will be in Mobile, bringing you a great matchup between Faith Academy and Viger. And we have the head coach of Faith Academy, Coach Jack French, with us this week to preview that game. Coach, thank you for spending some time with us here on the AHSAA Weekly.
Thank you for having me.
Coach, let's talk about your football team first and foremost. This game with Viger will be a non-region game. You're in a 7-team region, so sometimes those non-region weeks fall at kind of odd times of the year. It will be a break from region play, but your football team, you've lost 2 games by a combined 4 points. You've got another really good football team at Faith Academy.
We do. We're playing a lot of guys that, didn't get to play a whole lot last year, and some, young sophomores, a couple of freshmen. Got some guys that are having to play both ways. It's just something we got to get used to.
Tell us about some of the guys as folks are watching in North Alabama and West Alabama and Wiregrass. Folks are watching around the state may not be familiar with Faith Academy. Tell us about some of the outstanding players you have. I know everybody's heard about one of those guys. You have a pretty good defender on your team, but tell us about some of the guys that folks can be looking out for in this game with Viger coming up on October 7th.
Well, I know Shamar James would be the most familiar name, and he's a Florida commit, and he's really a good football player. He could play a good many things. I guess he could play on the line if we asked him to. But he can play a lot of positions. We first impressed with him as a wide receiver. Then we were impressed with him as a defensive end. We needed him a little bit more centrally located, so we played him the last few games last year and some this year, middle linebacker. And now what he'll probably play, at least they tell me this, he's an outside linebacker. I always thought he would make a great free safety if you could afford to put him back there.
And we have the head coach of Viger, Coach John McKenzie, with us this week. Coach, glad to have you with us here and previewing this game that's coming up on WOTM. Fantastic game between you and Faith Academy.
Well, I thank you guys for having me. It's always a great opportunity to give our kids some exposure and to build our program. We're doing a lot of exciting things right now, so we want to just continue to ride that wave.
Well, Coach, you are the head man of one of the most storied programs in high school football history in this state. I think anybody that's even a casual high school football fan, when you say the word Viger, they know what that means. And this year, heading into the game with Escambia County before you get to Faith Academy, you're sitting at 5-0 and undefeated in Class 4A Region 1.
Yes, we kind of got a pretty good team put together this year. We got all the right pieces in the right places, led by our quarterback, Anthony Mix. We got 3 senior offensive linemen that have been pretty much 3-year starters. So we got a great group of experience, a good mixture of seniors. We sprinkle in some 9th graders, and we just got a good group that's been working hard, tremendously hard, and we know we got something special this year, and we just want to continue to take advantage every time we hit the field.
You mentioned Anthony Mix, one of the great talents on the Gulf Coast. Who are some other guys that folks around the state can be looking out for on October 7th?
Well, we got Jermaine Coleman, which is our tailback. We got a 3-horse running back system where we got Jermaine Coleman, Ben Bennett, and Ja'Cory Barnes. All of them is pretty special talents. We got a good group of receiving core led by Brennan May, Caleb Coleman, Jaron Graham, 2 good tight ends, and Michael Brown and Abraham Daniels. And like I said, we got a bevy of offensive linemen that's doing pretty good. On the defensive side of the ball, we led again by Abraham, Chris Agee, and Brennan May. They kind of lead our defense. We got 2 stout defensive linemen, Ryan Kidd and Michael Towner, that we just got some exceptional talent. And like I said, our guys have really bought into what we're trying to accomplish and been working hard throughout the season.
Viger and Faith Academy right here on WOTM on our AHSAA Game of the Week coming up Thursday night, October 7th.
Every bank has their own app, but it's just that, theirs, not yours. At AmFirst, our app was made for you. So it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. It's even customizable, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards you'll love. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you at AmFirst.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
And back at Jaguar Stadium, there you see our halftime score. Oak Mountain leading Spain Park 21-0. We're joined now by Coach Sean Rainey, the head coach at Spain Park. Coach, I know those 2 turnovers were really crucial mistakes for your team in the first half.
It was. We can't turn the football over like that. Defensively, the score right before half, that's another big thing. We just got to come out and have something positive happen. So we challenge our kids at half our playmakers to make a play, and we need something positive happen and get our kids going.
Speaking of the positive things happening, some of the things that you did in that first half was really aggressive in the play calling, started from the opening kick, and I'm assuming that that's one of the messages to your team at halftime is to stay aggressive.
Absolutely, yes. Just, try to put kids in situations, make plays, and we need some second half, and hopefully come early and get our kids involved and keep fighting.
Thanks, Coach Rainey. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
And, of course, Coach Rainey's team did have some success running the football against this Oak Mountain defense in the first half. Even though they don't have any points to show for it, those 2 turnovers were really crucial statistics in the game. But even though it is 21-0, Spain Park does get the ball to begin the second half. So it really is an important drive here if they could mount some kind of drive and get points on the board here to begin the third quarter.
A lot like the first drive of the football game. It was really important. This one also monumentally important. You heard the need to find playmakers for Coach Rainey, and I think that's going to be the key here over the next 2 quarters. They have a really good scheme going here in the second half, and we'll see how it all shakes out. But this game really started off, as we mentioned with Coach, really aggressive on the play calling with that opening onside kick, which led to the short field and the touchdown there by Evan Smith, a 10-yard touchdown, and then the interception here off of a fantastic play by Robert Grunfounder, and Evan Smith did the rest. 59-yard touchdown run here to give the Eagles the early 14-0 lead. And then the big drive towards the end of that second quarter, that good play there to K. George, which led to another touchdown. Smith to C.J. Branson for the 4-yard touchdown score, and that's the difference in this ballgame.
Evan Smith, 2 touchdown runs and 1 touchdown pass. Result, he was involved in all 3 scores in this first down play. Loses a couple of yards, so not a great start to the drive here for Coach Rainey's offense.
That's right, and we've seen drives be hampered by several different things. We've mentioned the turnovers, but also a holding penalty did the exact same thing. We'll see if Oak Mountain's defense here can step up.
And another negative play as Smallwood is tripped up behind the line of scrimmage by Carter Lehman. So the Spain Park offense has lost yardage on their first 2 snaps here in the second half.
They just played the option perfectly there. One person has dive, one person has quarterback, one person has pitch. And that time, Lehman does a good job of making sure after the fullback doesn't get the football that he stays on the quarterback and makes the tackle.
So 3rd and 16, just like that, from back at the 14. Smallwood rolls out, pass downfield and caught at the 31-yard line by Pearson Cole, and that was a nice throw and catch and an execution on 3rd and long, picking up the AmFirst first down.
Saw a lot of Pearson Cole in the first quarter, not much of him after that, but that time doing a good job just finding that soft spot. And you saw the good pass there by Evan Smallwood. Pearson Cole leads this football team in receptions coming into this game, and he already has a couple here tonight.
And that was a big one to avert having to give the ball right back to Oak Mountain. So here is the first down, given a big hole for Ferris. Ferris in a foot race all the way down to the Oak Mountain 25 for another AmFirst first down. Boy, that is 2 really crucial offensive plays back-to-back here for the Jaguars.
I think Coach Rainey got exactly what he needed coming out of halftime. Fine playmakers. This time Pearson Cole and Ferris both doing a good job coming into this game. Ferris led the team in rushing. Cole led the team in receiving. Back-to-back plays, first downs.
Biggest gain from scrimmage for Spain Park here in the game tonight. They go right back to Ferris. And, we talked about how the Oak Mountain offensive line was controlling the line of scrimmage, especially in that first quarter. Well, how about the Spain Park offensive line? They really got that running game going in the second quarter, and they're running it right now here in the third.
Has to be a great sign for the Spain Park coaching staff to see just how much this team has stayed engaged even though they're down 3 scores.
2nd and 4. Smallwood over the middle. Pass is caught. Still on his feet. John Michael Lee, and he is in for the touchdown. How about that? You go from 3rd and long. They convert, and 3 plays later, Spain Park is in the end zone.
That is exactly what Coach Rainey talked about. That's exactly what you and I talked about, being able to come away with a big play. And they put together several big plays in this drive. They've done so throughout the course of the game, and you thought at some point this was going to break. And that time a well-designed drive and excellently executed as well by the Jaguars, and they finally get on the scoreboard.
And Braxton Sumter remains perfect on the season with extra points. He's now 9 for 9. Spain Park, in a very important drive here to start the second half. They scored their first points of the game, pulling to within 21-7 of Oak Mountain.
A new automobile is not something you buy every day, month, or year. But when it's time for you to purchase a new vehicle, we want you to think of Team 1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Gadsden. Here, our #1 goal is customer service and satisfaction. We offer some of the best-selling, most award-winning vehicles in the world, like Jeep and Ram trucks. Here at Team 1 CDJR, we want to show you that you are #1. Team 1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 12th and Megan in Gadsden.
Well, Thursday Night Lights is headed south next Thursday as we will be down at Ladd People Stadium in Mobile for Faith Academy against Viger. Then some good games coming up to wrap up the regular season. Mountain Brook at Homewood. 1A matchup between Maplesville and Autauga. Then Week 10, it'll be Oxford at Central Phoenix City. So Spain Parks, Braxton Sumter kicking it off. A short kick that is fair caught at the 30-yard line by Oak Mountain's Jackson Blackwell. So now we'll see how the Oak Mountain offense is able to respond to the Spain Park touchdown.
Excellent play there coming right out of the gate for Spain Park. Obviously a great touchdown play overall, but also just a great and important drive for Spain Park, marching right down the field. A 43-yard run there by Zamar Ferris, setting up that 19-yard touchdown pass for the capper.
How large does that interception and touchdown at the end of the half for Oak Mountain loom here after that Spain Park touchdown? Smith, first down carry, little RPO, and boy, that was well executed. Looked like Smith was about to be tackled for a loss, but instead at the last minute finds Cade George for another Amherst first down.
That's what makes him so dangerous here. Watch as the defense has to respect the run, and there you see a good job there by the defender there and Jack Kendrick.
On the offense. Penalties 5 yards from the previous spot. We'll replay first down.
And that's always a possibility when you're running a play such as that, is having an eligible player downfield, and that is the call against Oak Mountain. So that negates a very good gain for Coach Crane's team on first down.
It's always well intended by that O-line, thinking that the quarterback might be down the field and just trying to do your best to get down there and pick up some blocks. But that time, Smith, last minute, finding a receiver, but not before the infraction.
Backs it up to the 25, makes it 1st and 15. They hand it off to George, and he is stuffed for very little yardage that time. Credited with the tackle that time, Spain Park's Caldwell Bussey.
They've done a really good job playing the inside. After that 59-yard touchdown run by Evan Smith, not a ton here from Oak Mountain as far as being able to get positive yardage running between tackles.
So give Cade George a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 11. George gets the handoff, sweeping right, cuts back, and runs into the same guy, number 21, Caldwell Bussey. Gain of 2, it'll be 3rd and long.
Really good play there by Bussey, once again playing the run very well. He's done so over the course of the game. And the junior is a big guy, 6'3", 220 pounds. We also saw him playing a little bit of offense as well in the first quarter of this one. So a versatile weapon for Coach Sean Rainey.
Big play here for Oak Mountain, 3rd and 9. Smith dropping back. He is pressured. Squares his shoulders and throws downfield. Pass is caught, and they're going to say it is a reception at the 42. What a catch by Ethan Hammett to pull it in and get those feet down.
He's had 2 really impressive catches today. One that put them down at the 5-yard line right before the touchdown going into the break, and that time that catch would have been good in the National Football League. Got both feet down. 5'10", 170 pounds. He used every inch to corral that ball in, and the presence of mind to get his feet down for the first down.
And took a shot as well from Ethan Gukowski. So 1st and 10 at the 42. Smith gets it out of his hands quickly. George with the catch immediately takes a big hit from Alex Smith, but George able to hold on.
Give a lot of credit there to Alex Smith playing the recovery on this one.
Roughing the passer on the defense.
So a roughing the passer penalty against the Spain Park defense.
I understand staying aggressive, but once that ball leaves his hands, the quarterback is untouchable at that point. You'll be able to see it possibly here. There you see on the backside there, Brian Alston, who's had a pretty good game so far. He has to pull up there as soon as that ball leaves his hands. And I know it's difficult because at any point Smith can pump fake that and tuck it and run it.
But correction, the call on the field is that the pass was completed. The personal foul, roughing the pass, will be tacked on at the end of the run, be a first down.
So they get the play yardage and the penalty yardage. So this is a big, big chunk of yardage against Spain Park's defense.
Good job hanging in there too by Evan Smith. Doesn't even see on the backside Alston coming in to make that play. And then as the referee just explained, we'll tack on 15 after the nice pitch and catch.
Very uncharacteristic penalty against the Spain Park team. Very well coached by Coach Rainey. But that was obviously a big mistake that time by Alston. So 1st and 10. All the way down at the 36 of Spain Park. Smith over the middle, pass is caught in stride by Joseph Regan. Nice first down throw and catch.
This is just a really good play call by Oak Mountain because they know, every team knows, this has to be a defense coordinator's nightmare that he is such a threat to run the football that you have to almost get one of those situations where you have to have a spy on him or something because with Smith's ability to run, even something as small as just going up from your shotgun snap, going up maybe 1 or 2 yards, you make the defense respect it, then you have something downfield and he can get the ball down there.
That was an first down. Smith, quick pass again, another reception for Ethan Hammett. And Hammett's going to pick up about 6, maybe 7 yards down to the 10, but another flag. So we're getting a lot of flags here in the third quarter.
On the offense, the penalty 5 yards in the previous spot. We'll replay first down.
So the second time this drive and an eligible player downfield against Oak Mountain.
You see Coach Crane trying to explain. Maybe it's, I think that he thinks it's afterwards, and there you saw, you read his lips there, he wants a number. And I think he found out that it's which one he is. So we'll see if the Oak Mountain offensive line can adjust now, because as you mentioned, it's now a couple of times on this drive they've been set back.
So 1st and 15. Here is Branson, and Branson is wrapped up down low by Kelby Roberson, who's had a good game tonight from the secondary.
Nice play there by the Jaguars. We've seen them play this run game really well. Here, the success, especially on this drive for Oak Mountain, has been in the passing game, and then aided by a couple of defensive penalties.
Sideline warning against Spain Park. 2nd and 13. Football just inside the 20. Oak Mountain trying to answer Spain Park's first touchdown of the game that came on the last drive. Smith stepping up in some trouble, eludes the defenders. Look at the explosiveness of this young man. It looks as though he's going to be sacked, and the next thing you know, he's celebrating in the end zone.
It has to be so exasperating for a defense and a defensive unit trying your best, and they were in position there to make the tackle in the backfield. And Evan Smith, as we said, he can make good defenders look bad. And look at all the Jaguars that are in the backfield. Nobody can get a hold on him. And then he hits the corner and then has the speed to take it in for the touchdown. There's not much more you could say for him right there. And a la Tua Tagovailoa, who used to be the starting quarterback and also the holder in special teams, does the exact same thing here for the Eagles.
28-7. Evan Smith, a big night, his 3rd rushing touchdown, and it is 28-7 Oak Mountain.
Every bank has their own app, but it's just that, theirs, not yours. At AmFirst, our app was made for you. So it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. It's even customizable, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards you'll love. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you at AmFirst.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Hey, in case you haven't heard, Big Time Entertainment is big time fun, and it is now open in Oxford. Exit 185 right off of I-20, convenient from wherever you may be coming, and it is worth the trip too. Over 70,000 square feet of entertainment, bowling galore. You've got one of the most unique indoor go-kart arenas in the entire country. Virtual reality games, an elevated Ninja Warriors course that is unlike anything you have seen. All of that under one roof at Big Time Entertainment located in Oxford, Alabama. It is 28-7 as we get set for the Oak Mountain kickoff. So Spain Park got their touchdown, and then Oak Mountain comes right back, and thanks to the creative play of Evan Smith. And I tell you, Smith, Coach Rainey, or I should say Coach Crane, calls him the best player in the state. He's clearly got a good point watching this young man play tonight.
He certainly has, and I think I've been more impressed because last year he did it more out of the wing tee, and this time he's doing it out of the shotgun. There you see the big run here by Spain Park, a much needed play here from Ferris, and then that led to the touchdown catch there by John Michael Lee, a 19-yard touchdown, which put the Jaguars on the board. But then Oak Mountain, as you said, responded right back. So Coach Sean Rainey got exactly what he wanted out of the Jaguars, and you have to know that Coach Crane really pleased by the response from his Eagles.
Smith's had a good game, but you got to give Smallwood credit too. He has done a good job leading this offense despite the turnovers in the first half that really hurt them. Smallwood throws it up on first down, got a receiver wide open, but just misses Pearson Cole.
And once again, dangerous throwing in the direction of number 3 Corbett Grunfelder, and just airing it out a little too much there, and it's one of the things that they'll continue to work with Smallwood as he comes back from next season.
Second and 10. Smallwood hands to Ferris. Ferris unable to get past the Oak Mountain defenders that time, led by number 75, Colin Prestridge.
57, Maddox Vines also on the play there as well. You saw Ferris with that long breakout last time. I know the defensive guys in that Oak Mountain huddle on the sideline talked about being true to those run fits, and that time they did a good job.
3rd and 9. Smallwood throws downfield, and it's picked. And again, it is Corbett Grundhofer. That is his 3rd interception of the game. What a night this young man is having, and that has been the biggest problem for Smallwood, has been the interceptions, and I think we may have a flag on the play as well, but I think it'll be on the return on a little legal block after the interception, but we'll check the flag and make sure. Here comes the call.
Block in the back. 10 yards from the spot. First down.
Block in the back on the return is the call here. Of course, it's after the interception. And this time, once again, just throwing into double coverage there for Oak Mountain. A good job in the secondary. And Smallwood just trying to make a play for his team. And I get the reason why he's doing that, down 3 scores. But that guy right there is having one heck of a game. Corbett Grundhofer giving 3 interceptions. And a lot of times when you can give your offense the football back, had a nice return, even despite the penalty there.
Prior to the snap,
a good job.
Delay a game on the offense. Our penalty's 5 minutes. We play first down.
A bevy of penalties here in this 3rd quarter after having very few in the first half total. Delay of game against Oak Mountain, so it'll be 1st and 15 as the Eagles look for what could be a potentially put the game away kind of drive here. Already up 28-7. Smith looking downfield, nobody open, and he kind of gets rid of it as he was getting hit from behind by Caldwell Bussey.
Good job there, Wisely. Well, I say good job. It looks like they might call him for intentional grounding. I thought he might have got out of the box.
Receiver. Penalty be a decline.
So the penalty is decline, another ineligible receiver downfield call.
That is kind of the downside to having really elusive quarterback there. Sometimes you'll see a lot of these, and they've loosened up this rule on all levels of football. However, Oak Mountain now flagged multiple times, especially here in the second half on that.
This is Branson up the middle, just inside the 40. And the tackle made there by Jackson Mitchell, the linebacker. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 now for Oak Mountains. They basically got the 5-yard penalty yardage back.
Next couple downs will be really good, really big for this Spain Park defense. Assuming that Oak Mountain goes for it on 4th down, can they get the ball back to their own?
Smith takes off. Smith with a chance to go, and he will. Evan Smith. It has been the Evan Smith show tonight. That is the 4th rushing touchdown of the game.
That time the play call was simple. Have an empty formation, spread everybody out, and then you just let Evan Smith find the running lanes. That time he did exactly that. Nobody else in the backfield. You get everybody on the line to put a hat on a hat, and then, hey, 9, go find the crease. He does, and he's one of the best in the state at it. If you ask his head coach, he thinks he is the best in the state. Certainly making that presence known today. And Smith once again into the end zone, a 39-yard touchdown run.
And Murphy tacks on the extra point for a 35-7 lead. No question that tonight, Evan Smith, the Oak Mountain quarterback, he has been the difference in this game. He has accounted for 4 rushing touchdowns. He's thrown for a touchdown as well. And I tell you, if you do not wrap him up quickly and he gets in the open field, you really don't get a hand on him.
You don't, and especially when you're downfield and the receivers are all downfield, which pushes the secondary back. He's athletic enough to get away from defensive ends and linebackers and fast enough to get away from defensive backs. I said it before in the first half, I'll say it again. YouTube highlights from Allen Iverson when he played high school football is exactly who he reminds me of. A fantastic basketball player as well, Evan Smith is. 5'11", 175. He's got the smarts, one of the smartest people on the football team, going to Northwestern next year. He's also has the athletic ability to make that kind of play and more. Cannot wait to see him as his career continues. But as of right now, taking a very good Oak Mountain team to a very impressive lead here over Spain Park. You might remember Oak Mountain cracked the top 10 of the statewide polls this week, bouncing back after that loss a couple of weeks ago to Hoover. A really fine day today by the entire Eagle squad, led by number 9, Evan Smith.
Here comes Smallwood and the Spain Park offense back on the field, down 35-7. Smallwood fakes to Ferris, keeps himself, and picks up a good gain on first down. Vietnam first down. I think this is a good move here. The flag comes in. Could be a late hit, but Spain Park had success running the football, got away from it on their last drive by throwing on first down, and then got behind the chains. Smallwood still down on the turf here.
Smallwood, as we mentioned, is a dual threat guy, quarterback himself, a lot like the quarterback on the other sideline, and obviously some concern here as Coach Rainey will come out and look at his junior quarterback. Took a hard shot there towards the end of that run.
Flag came in at the end of the play. And while they attend to the player, we'll take a break.
I was finally ready to buy my first home after renting for the last several years. As I started my search, I got overwhelmed by how many websites and confusing listings there are. That's when I found the experts at ERA King. To me, ERA means expertise, reliability, and activity. I depended on them to find a home in my budget, and they didn't stop working until the keys were in my hands. ERA King. To us, it means always doing the right thing for every client. What will ERA mean to you? Find out at eraking.com.
And we do believe that is quarterback Evan Smallwood, who ran the ball for a first down on the previous play.
There you see the towel being waved, calling out for extra medical attention here for Smallwood. And he's been a warrior for this football team in today's game and throughout the course of the season. Thrown into that starting role as the quarterback for the football team, a pair of touchdown passes on the season, but he also was a solid runner for this football team as well. The second leading rusher heading into this game. There you see the training staff of both squads out there.
Always hate to see this, but precaution is always in order here when you have a young man down on the field with, and really they haven't attempted to get him up, so I'm sure they're, as you mentioned, waving the flag and bringing the card out, I think is what we're, yep, they're rolling the card out now.
You can see the obvious level of class being shown here by Oak Mountain, as well as several of their players are down and throwing up a quick prayer, and head coach Tyler Crane is right there standing next to head coach Sean Rainey of Spain Park. It just goes to show you that this is about the bigger picture here. And of course, everybody wishing that Smallwood is okay, but as you mentioned, health is always number one, and always take the precautions first.
Yeah, we're going to step aside for another break. 35-7, Oak Mountain leads it here late third quarter.
I'm Roger, your in-house expert with Alabama Professional, and your questions keep pouring in to Ask Roger. Stan in Mountain Brook asked, our basement is damp, musty, and humid. Can APS help? Stan, almost half of the air you breathe comes from your basement. A wet or damp basement worsens allergies and damages valuables. We'll transform your basement into a dry, usable space and improve the air quality of your home. Call for a free, no-obligation estimate today and keep those emails and questions coming.
We were looking to sell our starter home and move into our dream home. After looking at all the options, we chose to work with ERA King. ERA means easy, responsive, and attention to detail. ERA King made the entire process of buying and selling a house easy. From helping us decide on a listing price to navigating the final closing, our agent worked with us every step of the way. ERA King. To us, it means always doing the right thing for every client. What will ERA mean to you? Find out at eraking.com.
Have you seen foam lift concrete? Watch it raise the sidewalk. The Poly-Level system raises building floors, levels driveways, raises steps. Amazing, isn't it? APS Foundation.
It's a new day here at Team One Chevrolet of Gadsden. Hi, I'm Kevin Riggin, General Manager, and I would like to personally invite you in to see the Team One difference. We offer one of the best inventories in North Alabama, and we will always promise the best deal. Visit our service department where we have highly trained technicians and the latest equipment. Team One Chevrolet of Gadsden, home of the best people, the best service, period.
And a reminder, WOTM is your exclusive home for all of the AHSAA Championship events. And next on the calendar, of course, will be the Football State Championships, the AHSAA Super 7. You can see all state championship games live on your exclusive home for AHSAA Championship events, WOTM. And if WOTM is not part of your provider's channel lineup, call and request that they add WOTM. Game has come to a halt here, the 3:45 mark of the third quarter, due to the injury to Spain Park quarterback Evan Smallwood, who has been on the turf here now for several minutes. They brought the stretcher out. So everyone continues to await for some type of maybe positive signal that this is more precautionary in nature. We only hope for the best for this young man. There you see the Spain Park team coming out. And praying for their injured teammate.
I'm sure the stadium is full of prayer warriors right now and under the certain conditions, and they know that Smallwood was a big part of their team as far as a leadership standpoint, being the starting quarterback on this football team, as well as
and while they continue to attend to the injured player, we're going to move over for a little bonus live coverage of the game going on between B.B. Comer and Horseshoe Bend. We'll be back to Jaguar Stadium.
Montgomery is a top
2 or 3 team in Class 3A, maybe the top team this week. Childersburg is down, of course, but Lynette, they're the second-ranked team in 2A. UB Carmel goes on the road to beat Lafayette, beat Ranburne at home, beat Winterboro on the road, and are going to defeat Horseshoe Bend here at home. Penalty flag. False start against the Tigers. They'll be 5-2 after tonight, with Fayetteville, Benson, and Randolph County the final 3 games of the regular season. Coach Fawcett wanted that 10th game, so the only team that was available late August 20th, was Montgomery Catholic. And going backwards is Richard Weed. So Coach Fawcett scheduled the game with Montgomery Catholic, knowing how great football. They were in the finals last year, and they are excellent this year, but he knew that competition would be good for his team. So they improved immensely next week against Childersburg, and they could have easily beat Lynette. Remember that game? UB Carmel had a chance.
On the defense, that penalty is 15 yards from the end of the run. So the play's going to be a first.
And as we come back to Jaguar Stadium, a couple of things. There is a 15-yard late hit penalty on Oak Mountain, and as you see there, they were taking Evan Smallwood off on the stretcher, but we did see his arms moving, so that is always a positive sign. There you see Mitchell Nutter, the sophomore backup, is now in the game to take over at quarterback for Spain Park.
Not just the arm up, not just the arms moving, but also a big thumbs up to the crowd. That is a really great sign there for Smallwood and the Jags.
Something you always look for in that situation is moving arms and that thumbs up. Here is Ferris, and steps out of bounds, stops the clock. 3:25 play here in the third quarter. They'll set up second down.
Yeah, the question now for Spain Park is, especially when you have a player that goes down and it's one of your leaders and it's your starting quarterback, a lot of times it takes you a minute to get back into the flow of a football game. We'll see how quickly they can do so here. Obviously down in a big hole, but playing really well the last time they had the football.
Nutter hands off to Ferris, cuts it up inside, and is spun down at about the 50-yard line that time by Oak Mountain's Gavin Nelson. It's going to set up a third down and short for the Jaguars.
Another big play here for Coach Rainey and these Jaguars here. They converted 2 third downs on the touchdown drive they had earlier. 2 monster ones to see if they can keep that momentum rolling.
Third down and right at 5 yards to go. Nutter hands off to Ferris, but we've got a flag before the snap again. It's been a flag-fested third quarter.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. Penalty's 5 yards. We'll replay third down.
Procedure penalty against the offense. That'll back them up 5 and make it 3rd and 10.
And we're seeing the offenses doing this to themselves. You saw that play there for Spain Park. Meanwhile, for Oak Mountain, a trio of penalties for linemen down the field. So once again, they'll have a big play here and made it even a little harder on themselves going into this 3rd and long.
So tough spot here for the backup sophomore quarterback on 3rd down. He'll keep it after the fake and dive forward for a gain of 4 up to the 49, and that'll make it 4th down and 6 for the Jaguars.
That time, actually both plays, they sent Pearson Cole into motion, now being 4th and 6. Looks like they will elect to punt here. What a game the returner is having Corbett Grundhofer has played a sensational football game so far. There you saw a good shot of him as he gets set to make the return.
And great coverage downfield that time by Spain Park's Jack Kendrick. And another flag.
And that one was just unnecessary, really, for both players. I think there was a little bit of frustration there.
On the return team.
Hey, a reminder that Alabama Professional Services is your home improvement headquarters, whether you need foundation repair, concrete repair, waterproofing, all types of pest control, lawn care, even gutter shutter system. You can learn more about all of the services provided by APS by logging on to calltheshield.com. Thursday Night Lights presented by Alabama Professional Services. There's Evan Smith back out on the field with his team in command here, 35-7, late third quarter. That has been a flag fest here so far in the third. The give up the middle. Short gain that time by Trey Vassell.
After a relatively clean first half, it's been a very clunky second half here, especially with the penalties for both squads. Seeing it really on both sides of the ball as well, the offenses and both defenses. At this point, I think the key for Oak Mountain is to get out of here as healthy as possible. They have another big game next week against Tuscaloosa County, and then probably the biggest game of their season against Thompson and then Hewitt-Trustful. What a way to end off your region streak between those three teams.
And the same young man gets the carry, Trey Vassell. As he brings it out to the 32. That'll set up a 3rd down and 3. Under a minute to play here in the third.
There you see the time between the play clock and the game clock. And I think that they'll try to run that down probably as far as possible here. They obviously have to snap it though.
Smith hands it off to Brassel. Brassel's gonna be hit right at the 1st down marker, but Forward Progress is gonna give him the 1st down out at the 36. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter just about. The Amherst 1st down. We head to the fourth quarter at Jaguar Stadium. It is all Oak Mountain here tonight.
The perfect checking account doesn't exist. Not at a bank, that is. So why do you keep looking there? At AmFirst, you can get no minimum balance or monthly fees, an instant issue debit card, and free checks with unlimited check writing. But who doesn't want more? Like a rewards program you'll actually use, and convenient digital tools that make it easy to manage your account from anywhere. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
I need the king, boys.
Don't call 2 clowns in a tow truck when you're dreaming of them king boys.
Right now at Ted's Abbey Carpet and Floor, the keyword is free. Buy any type of flooring at Ted's Abbey Carpet and Floor and we'll install it absolutely free. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, laminate, or vinyl, get it professionally installed absolutely free. Why pay to have your new floor installed when you can have it installed absolutely free and get 0% financing for an entire year? That's right, free interest for an entire year and free installation. That's Ted's Abbey Carpet and Floor's free installation sale going on right now. And back for the fourth quarter at Jaguar Stadium. All Oak Mountain here in this Class 7A Region 3 matchup. Mickey Shadricks and Gerhard Mathangani with you. Oak Mountain getting a huge game from their best player, Evan Smith. 4 touchdowns, a throwing touchdown as well, 35-7 as we enter the final 12 minutes. And there you see our Thursday Night Lights schedule ahead next week. We will be down south for Faith Academy at Viger. Mountain Brook at Homewood on the 14th. Then the 21st, we'll dip down into Class 1A for Maplesville at Autauguaville. Then in Week 10, non-region matchup between Oxford and Central of Phoenix City. Here is C.J. Branson on this first down carry. A couple of yards as we begin the fourth quarter. You and I were talking during the break. I think both coaches really want to see this game now come to an end and avoid injury. For Oak Mountain, they are still very much in the thick of things in Region 3. Meanwhile, for Spain Park, this will be another region loss for them, and it'll be tough sledding the rest of the year.
That's exactly right. I think with this one, Spain Park knew that it was going to be, hey, win this game and have a chance to run the table and make the playoffs. I think that will now be off the table. But as you mentioned with Oak Mountain, they have another great chance to make another playoff run. Currently with two region wins. Looks like they'll be on their way to a third in the next 11-11. And this is a team that won a playoff game last year and then ended up falling to Hoover. The first playoff win since the 2014 season. I think Coach Crane knows that this program is kind of on the right little slide, but as of right now in this game, it's, hey, let's close this one from a healthy perspective and be able to march on to our next task, which will be Tuscaloosa County before the game against Thompson. Meanwhile, for Spain Park, they'll have their next-door neighbors from Hoover coming up next week.
3rd down and 4 at the 42. Smith dropping back to throw. Now he's scrambling out to his left and will just run out of bounds for a loss and stop the clock. Runs out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
We mentioned that Spain Park Hoover game coming up next week. You can also catch that one as our Friday night rivals game on My 68. Also the re-air the next day on Saturday in the morning. So some great 7A Region 3 action here as we start to clear up the playoff picture with these important matchups.
So a punting situation on 4th and 9 for Oak Mountain. Spain Park comes after it. But Michael Lee gets, or I should say Garrett Murphy gets it out of there. And a return out across the 30 for Oak Mountain. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 31. And we'd like to thank our friends at Sarah Automotive for their support of Thursday Night Lights. Sarah Ford, Sarah Nissan, and Sarah Honda. Again, Spain Park going the rest of the way without their starting quarterback, Evan Smallwood, who was taken off the field on a stretcher a moment ago, but did give the thumbs up to the crowd, so hopefully that young man is okay. 1st and 10. Little double handoff. This is Burgess, and he is a load. Burgess out across the 45 for an Amherst first down.
Second time we've seen that play. Second time the result has been the exact same. It's a first down run going right back to the big fella. He is hard to take down, Bus. He is 6'2", listed at 215 pounds. I don't know if I believe that. He's a big old boy. 6'2", 220 here. Sounds more like it. And he comes off the field, and there you see being attended to by the training staff, but not after a really nice run for that first down.
So first down at the 47. And here is to give to Jay Davis. His first carry of the game, and he is upended by Davion Foster. Good gain on first down for the Jaguars. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Not a whole lot of action for Davis. He's had 4 carries and 4 yards throughout the course of the season. That time, his longest run of the year, and puts it in a 2nd and very manageable.
Nutter hands off to Ferris. He's going to have the first down inside the 40. Another Amherst first down for Spain Park. Zamir Ferris came in averaging just over 6 yards a carry, and he has had a good game here tonight.
He's a very tough runner and really a hard load to take down there. You saw at the very end, a very physical and aggressive play. Coach Sean Rainey said at halftime to you and I, he wanted to see some guys end up making plays for his football team. Obviously, 28 has done just that.
Davis in motion, gets the pitch. and is taken out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Jacob Porco, the sophomore defensive back, hustling over to make the tackle.
Not a big guy, Davis is. He's a senior, 5'7", 170 pounds, but you can tell he's got some speed on him. And a nice little weapon on the outside.
Second down and 3. And Nutter keeps himself and is upended at the 30-yard line on a submarine tackle. Once again, it's Jacob Porco on the stop.
Really tough running there. You see some new faces here in the backfield in the secondary for the Oak Mountain Eagles. We'll expect to see that over the course of these next 7 minutes. Some new faces in there as Oak Mountain has this one in hand.
Nutter hands off to Ferris. Ferris sweeps around left in and is spun out of bounds by Grundhofer, who has had a great game with the 3 interceptions. That'll be a career game that young man will never forget.
100%. You talked about Evan Smith. He's been the best player on the field. I think a shot there at the number 2 player on the field, probably the play of Grundhofer. He's been sensational. And Murphy's had a great game as well. Garrett Murphy, 16 for Oak Mountain.
Second down and 3. Cole in motion. Handoff this way to Ferris. And he cannot get any yardage. The play defended well that time by Oak Mountain, led by Carter Lehman, the junior linebacker.
When you run the ball to the short side of the field, you have to have guys that come up defensively, fit the run really well. That time they both did. Murphy was also in there as well. Jock Carter Lehman's having a really good game. We've seen him come out on the backside and make some tackles throughout the course of this one. 6 foot, just north of 180 pounds, and he's a nice little weapon there on the outside.
Third down and 6 at the 25. Cole in motion. And this is Nutter, keeps it himself. Nice footwork. He's in the open field. And Nutter gets it all the way down inside the 10-yard line for an Amherst first down, and that'll make it 1st and goal for Spain Park.
How about this from the sophomore? Nice run here, and watch, this is a little Evan Smith-like right here, being able to stop kind of on a dime and get to the outside using his speed before he's pushed out of bounds. Nice play by Nutter. Came into this game, he only had 1 attempt on the season. But so far, he's had a really solid game from a running perspective.
Timeout on the field, and it'll be 1st and goal for Spain Park. And there you see Patrick Kellogg, athletic director for Spain Park High School, and he is one of our favorite athletic administrators to work with, always showing great hospitality, and we appreciate all of the support tonight. Thursday Night Lights coming into Jaguar Stadium here for this game tonight.
Takes a lot of coordination to have these games, and you need good leadership up top, and it's always good to have it. And he's up there with one of the best.
So backup quarterback Michael Nutter trying to lead the Jaguars in for some points here late in the 4th quarter. Oak Mountain jumped out to a 14-0 lead, led 21-0 at the half. Spain Park did score a touchdown in the 3rd to pull to 21-7, but it's been all Oak Mountain since. Ferris, double handoff, and stretching out, but not quite getting it across the goal line is Jack Kendrick, but it'll be 2nd and goal from just inside the 1.
Talk about a play that's been 3 for 3 for this Jaguar football team. This is it, this inside double handoff. They've run it to perfection. First 2 times was with Caldwell Bussey. That time just out of the reach there for Kendrick, but it's a play that I'm pretty sure they worked on during the open week, and it has been successful here over the course of the game here today.
2nd and goal for the Jags. Nutter dropped the snap. Now he'll try to run and throw to the end zone and just get rid of it to avoid being tackled for a big loss. So it'll be 3rd and goal.
Great defensive pressure there by senior linebacker Cam Atkinson on the backside.
Well, there is a flag. So if this is a grounding call, this will be a big
Intentional
one.
grounding on the offense. Bridget lost it down. Be 3rd down.
So they lose the down. They're going to be backed up away from the goal line.
Big penalty there, and as you mentioned at the start of the play, just did not go right with the initial drop of the snap, and see if they can recover here. Really successful drive so far coming to this point.
So instead of scrimmaging from the 1-yard line, it is now backed up to the 16. And this is Nutter, tripped up on a nice play that time by Oak Mountain's Maddox Vines.
Just a good sense of awareness there by Vines. He probably didn't have much of a chance to make the stand-up tackle, just threw his arm out there to make this happen, and watch Vines go down and just stick your arm out there and hopefully you could trip him up, and that time he does exactly that.
He looks like a linebacker, 5'8", 200 pounds.
Certainly does, and wearing that number 57, I know some old professionals love that old school
Here's
look.
Sumter with a 32-yard field goal, misses it wide left. This young man has had a good year kicking, but he cannot connect there. He actually has a 50-plus yard field goal this year. 35-7, Oak Mountain in the lead.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
King Boys Towing prides itself on being the towing service for the people. Did you know Big King Boys Towing provides school-age kids with shoes at the beginning of each school year? This year, they actually gave away over 300 brand new pairs of shoes thanks to April and Marcus at King Boys Towing. So after the missed field goal, it is Oak Mountain back with the football. And again, the Eagles would love to just run the football, pick up a couple of first downs, and head back to Oak Mountain with another big Region 3 victory.
That's the name of the game right now, especially with tomorrow being Friday. You get an extra day to get ahead for your next matchup against Tuscaloosa County. I'm sure all the coaches will, after closing the book on this one, start to scouting and evaluation of that big matchup as they continue their chase for a spot in the playoffs. Did what they needed to do today.
Evan Smith handing off to Vassell. Picks up a couple of yards out to the 27, so it'll set up a 3rd down and 3 now for the Eagles.
Meanwhile, elsewhere in this 7A Region 3, Hoover tomorrow travels over to Heward Trustful, I should say, travels to Hoover for that big matchup. Thompson and Vestavia Hills will hook up. Meanwhile, Gadsden City and Tuscaloosa County will play one another in the other game in this region. So Really tough and competitive region that we knew going into it would be the case. But so far kind of holding true to form as last year with Thompson at the top of the standings.
And K. George is unable to pick up the first down as he was met by Stouffer Walls, the junior defensive back, and that'll bring up a 4th down. And again, coming up tomorrow night, Friday Night Rivals, My 68. The game of the week is Northridge versus Hillcrest Tuscaloosa. The game will kick off at 7 o'clock. In case you're out at your favorite game and missed the game live, you can see the re-air on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on WOTM.
It's another important one right here in Class 6A Region 4. Northridge right now sitting 3-0 in the region. Top of the standings, sharing that top spot with Hueytown, who's also 3-0 on the year. For Hillcrest Tuscaloosa, they are 1-1 so far in region play.
And Murphy gets the punt away. Fair catch called for, and it's loose on the ground. And fortunately for Spain Park, number 84, Jessiel Almazan, was able to recover the loose football, and the Jaguars will keep possession with 1:44 to play in the game.
Heads up play there by Almazan. The sophomore on special teams, doing what he can there to retain possession. There's Nutter. He's had a solid game in relief of Smallwood.
So Nutter back out, 1st and 10 at the 36. Nice hard running out to the 44-yard line. And that is number 29, Eli Johnson, his first carry of the game.
Now seeing players on both sides being able to, the coaches allowing some of the other players to get some Thursday night action here, and some varsity action. A lot of times you play some of your younger guys to make sure they can get a feel of the game here in varsity football before they're called upon next year.
2nd down and 2. Once again, it's Johnson. He's got the AM first down, fighting for yardage out just across midfield. Nice hard running that time by Eli Johnson, the senior running back.
Not a drop-off in effort there between the two running backs. Zamir Ferris, wearing 28, had a solid game, really tough runner. And there you see Coach Crane, even though he's up 35-7, you see the fire that he has for his football team, wanting to make sure that no matter who's in there, whether it's starters or reserves, they're playing up to their standard.
First down from the 50-yard line. And a nice gain down to the 41-yard line that time by Jeremiah Myers. And that could be the final play of the game. It'll be a big win tonight for Coach Crane's team. They pick up another region victory. We will get one more snap away. Nutter takes the snap. This is Myers again inside the 35. And that'll do it. There you see your final score, 35-7. Oak Mountain wins it. Back to Jaguar Field for a wrap-up in just a moment.
Every bank has their own app, but it's just that, theirs, not yours. At AmFirst, our app was made for you. So it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. It's even customizable, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards you'll love. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you at AmFirst.
Mr. President, Bessemer Superhighway is backed up. What are we gonna do?
Are you serious? Get me the King Boys.
King Boys Towing is the fastest growing tow and recovery company in Birmingham and surrounding areas for one reason. Our customers are our top priority. Whether your car's been in an accident, it's stuck in the driveway and won't start, or you just need a tow to your preferred repair shop, give us a call. Our fleet of flatbed tow trucks will provide courteous and fast service. King Boys Towing, 205-428-3235.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Well, behind the playmaking skills of Oak Mountain quarterback Evan Smith, it was all Eagles tonight. 35-7 the final score as they knock off Spain Park in Region 3 play. Smith 4 rushing touchdowns and threw for a touchdown as well. Coming up next week, Thursday Night Lights travels south to Viger. It'll be Faith Academy against Viger. Should be a good one. Hope you join us then. Thanks for tuning in tonight to Thursday Night Lights at Jaguar Field at Spain Park. For our entire crew, for Gerhard Mathangani, Mickey Shadricks, saying so long. Congratulations to Oak Mountain, region winner tonight over their neighborhood rival, Spain Park.